Hello and welcome back to the second episode in products from Amazon that have brought me joy. I am so excited to share this with you. Again, this is the second episode. If you missed the first one, you are missing 10 amazing products, 5 of which are beauty / style related, and another 5 are more lifestyle, home, and wellness related. Same style for this video. I'm going to share 5 and 5 with you. I will have all of the links to the products that I'm talking about in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first beauty / style item I want to talk about in this episode is this face mask. And I'm telling you, this has, dare I say, changed my life. I hadn't realized that I was a person that needed to have pretty much total darkness to have a decent full night's sleep. I am a person that wakes up a lot throughout the night, and I thought it was just because I'm a mom. I would hear a noise, I have to use the restroom a million times. Still wake up, but I definitely don't wake up as much on nights that I wear my mask. And I've tried other masks. You've heard me talk about masks on my channel before. Weighted ones, cooling ones that you keep in the freezer that can help depuff the face. And I still love all of those, but I kind of like this one for on the daily because I call it my bubble mask, or the kids call it my eyebrow. Because it looks like little boobies that go on my eyeballs. This came in a set of 3. I think there was a blue and a black, and I gave each of those to the kids to have. They just love them. They don't use them as much as I do. I use mine pretty much every single night. I have thrown it in the washing machine just because I am oily and acne prone. I want to make sure I'm not spreading any bacteria. So I probably need to pick up a couple more. But as you can see, I have washed them a few times and I haven't had any issues. I could see that it could potentially start to tear at the seams, but these are relatively cheap. And if I didn't mention so already, the reason that I love this over other versions is because it's concaved and it's extremely soft. There's no sort of boning in here. I keep it very loose on the head. I don't put it on too terribly tight when I do put it on. And there's not a lot of pressure around the orbital area. Like the traditional flat ones, I felt put a lot of pressure on my eyes, and it made me just not comfortable. And especially if you have lash extensions too, I didn't even think of that. I just love that it evenly disperses the pressure of the mask across the orbital area and not actually on the eyeball. So it's a cheapy little thing that has really changed my life for the better. And it makes me happy. And the kids know to leave me alone when mommy has her eyebrow on. They're like, oh, she is tired. She needs a good night's rest. Let's leave her be. Another item from Amazon that brings me joy is this little beauty sponge holder. I bought this 2 or 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, the sponge in here is so, it's so disgusting. Sophia was in here playing with my makeup right before I started filming, and I was like, oh, of course you would get it dirty right before I show everybody. But it is this spiral little holder. Mine is starting to wear away a little bit on the inside, the finish on here. But like I said, I've had this for years and it just started to wear down on me. And all I need to do is take it to the garage and spray it down with a little can of spray. No trouble at all, but it is so cute. It is a little compact. I bring this with me when I travel. I hate the idea of my makeup sponge touching a hotel counter. So I have to bring this with me anywhere I go, and I know I have a little safe place for my little guy to sit. So that has, I know it was a silly $5 purchase. That makes me so happy and gives me peace of mind. Another item that has really brought a quality and worth to my life, and I didn't even know I needed it until I had it, is a mini fridge. And I always thought okay, can't you just put the stuff in your regular refrigerator? Yes, but then it's gonna start to smell like onions, and I'm gonna get avocado juice all over it. I have kids, there's stuff everywhere, right? So I love the idea of having my own separate unit to keep my eye masks, to keep my face rollers, my little masks. This particular model is a little bit smaller than what I am personally in need of, just because I have so much stuff. But I could see this model being absolutely perfect for somebody who just has a couple little things and doesn't want to worry about water dripping. I know that that was a review on a lot of different little makeup fridges or beauty fridges that I was looking into, but I haven't experienced any sort of leaking, dripping, water, moisture, or anything like that with my model. It can go warm or cold, which I thought was really cool. So then it got me thinking, if I decide to start traveling with my esthetician business and doing facials on the go, I can use this as a towel warmer in the car, because it did come with an adapter to fit in the ashtray, the little sparker. So I was like, man, this is pretty much the coolest little face fridge slash warmer ever. I have not used it on the warm setting just yet. I've only used it for cool, and it has kept my products nice and chilly. I keep it right next to my area where I get ready. It gives me no excuses to put my little eye patches on in the morning, because for some reason I'm just like far too lazy to go to the kitchen and get them out where I originally had them. And I'm so happy to have my own area now. Did I mention that it is crazy quiet? I don't even know if my camera's picking up that sound. Can you hear it? Barely. I am so in love. I do wish this was in like maybe a silver or a white, just to go with like the decor that I have, or like a gold going on over here. But you know what? I'm not hating on it. I love this color. It's totally a Sophia color, so I will probably end up getting the larger model for myself to go here and gifting this one to her. Okay, let's talk about this next set of products. I say set because they kind of all go together, and this is something that I have been getting asked a lot lately, and it quite flatters me. I've been asking about my tan. Right now I'm a little bit light, I need to reapply, but I got a little bit gutsy one night on Amazon, and I purchased the Bondi Sands Australian Tan Self-Tanning Foam in Dark. Now, I definitely tan when I go out in the sun. I'm one that gets a little bit red. I can burn, definitely can burn. I've burned in the past. Oh, I hate that I did that to myself. But like as a teenager, I definitely tan and burn, and I can get brown, okay? I am half Spanish and half Irish, so I can definitely tan. I am aware of that, which is why I feel like sunless tanners work amazing on me. But for some reason, this one works really amazing, and I could see this working well for those that are on a paler skin. And I have been trying to get Logan to let me do like a portion of his arm, because he is like the palest of pale. You've seen him, okay? Like freckles, green eyes, red hair, you get it. And I think this would look really amazing. Not that I feel like he needs a tan, but I wanted to like experiment on him, you know? Anyways, long story short, this foam is incredible. I apply it at night, I go to bed, I wake up, I do a rinse in the shower, no soap or anything like that. I'll moisturize the crap out of my skin, and I have a beautiful glowy tan for days to follow. On the instructions, it does say if you want a deeper, darker tan that you can apply it and then 30 minutes reapply it. I just usually fall asleep before that period, so I have not tried that method just yet to be even darker. Just want to show you real quick. I did 2 coats that like apply it and then a half-hour layer apply type of deal today, and I'm gonna wash it off in the morning, but right now looking pretty tan. What's awesome is I don't have to worry about tan lines or anything now. I did 1 application, and then like a half-hour later I applied a second layer for the first time. I wanted to try it, especially after like talking about it with doing the earlier clip. But sorry, I'm trying to like show you different angles. So I just showered off. It's the morning. I feel tan. Even around my hands, I'm not like super crazy streaky. I mean, I've washed my hands a million times, so my palms are gonna be pretty pale, but I feel like it's a really seamless transition. It feels so tan and dark, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, for this to be successful, you need a couple of tools, and these are necessities. I'm not just trying to sell something to you. I'm really basically saying don't do any sort of sunless tanner without these steps. Really, the key thing is to exfoliate, 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 and do it days prior. Like, not exfoliate and then apply this. You need to exfoliate, moisturize, exfoliate, moisturize, and then especially if you were like super dry like I was right here, this took a few days to work through. And by exfoliating, I mean using things like my favorite Dove exfoliator that I've shared with you before, or a shaving the area, but shaving the area alone is not enough. And this little guy is gonna prove it to you. I'll insert a little picture here of after I shaved, I used this exfoliating mitt. I know, it's a little TMI and I'm sorry, but I wanted to prove to you that shaving alone is not enough to get all of the dead skin off. And you need to be able to get rid of the dead skin for the sunless tanner to get in there and do its job. And be successful with being smooth and even with development and wear. So this little mitt is from the Bondi Sands brand. It was like $6, absolutely worth it. It's double-sided. So the black side is what you use to exfoliate the body before doing a sunless tanner. And then when you're like a couple days out before applying your next one, and maybe you have just a couple leftover dry patchy areas, I'm assuming like elbows and knees and things like that, you'll use the blue side to remove any residual tan before going in with your fresh coat. Once you are all shaved and exfoliated and you've moisturized days prior leading up to this, you are going to go ahead and apply your foam and use the special mitt. This mitt, I have tried other mitts, okay? I have loved the Vita Liberata one, but I didn't realize just how thin that one was. It was really soft and it worked really well. But this one is double-sided. This also was like $6. I couldn't believe the price on this. It is beyond soft, easy to clean because I've used it a few times now. And inside it has like a little plastic layer, so it's protecting your hands from getting too much exposure to the tanner. And it is just so soft. Like, I cannot express to you like how amazing this feels. Even after I've washed it and used it. It allows you to smoothly apply the tan across the skin in even strokes. I can't say enough good things about this. All three of these go hand in hand. So if you're gonna get the tanner, you have to get the other two. I did, in full disclosure, also purchase the oil. I have only used this once. I didn't see as strong results as I saw with the foam, so I'm just gonna lightly touch on this. It would be maybe an okay like touch up in between using the foam. It felt really nice on the skin, very hydrating. It just definitely didn't give me the color that the foam did. Go with the foam. And the last beauty slash style item is this weird looking gizmo. It is a scalp massager. We like to use ours in the shower. I'm sure you could use it with like oil and like massage your head, but I like to do it when I'm in my shampoo stage and I really just want to break up the dead skin cells and get some exfoliation and blood flow going to my scalp. It's very gentle. You use very, very light little circles. You don't need a lot of pressure or to be extremely vigorous on the scalp. You want to be gentle little circles and just kind of like swirl it around. Sometimes my hair gets tangled up, but it feels so good. The little fingers are very rubbery, they're very forgiving, so it doesn't feel painful. I mean, you're going to feel the little pricklies, but it's not uncomfortable by far. I know, it's one of those weird things that you just keep in the shower when you're having like a really rough day and you just sit there and like, I don't know. I love it. You know what else I bought off Amazon? It's one of those weird random items that has changed my morning. It is a little individual egg cooker and an individual waffle maker. So I can make myself an egg and a little waffle. I just use like pancake mix and I just put like I eyeball a tiny little amount, like 2 tablespoons worth, put it in there, set it, forget it for a minute or two while I make my coffee, and I have my own personal breakfast. I love that the egg is like perfectly round, that if you wanted to put it on a bagel, it's good to go. You can even put like the pancake mix in there and make your own little flapjack. I like putting it in the little waffle maker because it makes it feel like I'm making my own Belgium breakfast type of thing. It feels fancy. Super easy to clean. I just hold it, you know, wait for it to cool down, hold it over the sink and wipe it out with soap and water. It's easy. There's no settings. It's basically plug it in, is on and off, and I'm obsessed. I realized when I went to go get the links for this that they even had more shapes. And I was like, oh, now I kind of want to have like the full collection. Another kitchen gizmo and gadget that has been really interesting and is totally new to me is our juicer. I had never used a juicer before and I had this one arrive. I thought I'd give it a try. The kids helped me out. We did oranges, which was amazing. I think that's our favorite way to use the juicer, is to use it for orange juice. And I know you could just go to the store and buy it, but why not have that extra step of having it fresh? And especially out here in Arizona, I feel like every neighborhood out here has oranges and people are just like handing them out basically for free at various points in the year. So why not have fresh orange juice? I did double strain it, so after the juice came out, I poured it through like a strainer that I had, just because I personally cannot stand any sort of pulp whatsoever, and that rectified any leftover pulp. And it was so smooth, it tasted so good. We even went as far to put like celery, pears, apples, and we just kind of played with different like fruits and vegetables that we had left over in the fridge. It crushed everything up effortlessly. It was easy to clean out. There was one little area when I cleaned it out, I just used the little tree brush that I used to clean our straws, our reusable straws with, just to clean out that little area of the valve. And it was, after that, it was super easy. I can't wait to try and maybe, can you juice a watermelon? Like, can you make like margaritas? Like, juice the watermelon and then get your blender out, blend up some ice with your like watermelon juice, a little bit of tequila. I don't know, I'm just daydreaming over here. You know, another random item that I got off of Amazon that I just remembered was my Chase lounge chair covers for outside. And this might seem like, okay, that's not exciting, I get that. But I spent money on these chairs and the little chair cushions, and it gets hot out here and the sun is just beating down, and it destroys everything out here. And I want these to try to last as long as possible. And we do have the sprinklers for the grass right there that kind of like go on the chair area. So I love having something to cover them. I originally ordered another set off Amazon and they were awful. So the set that I have listed and linked down below is the one that I have right here that I'm showing you. And I love them, love it so much. It's not letting any moisture through. I hope that it's, you know, I haven't used it throughout a summer just yet, but I could tell that it's not letting any light through, so it's not gonna bleach my covers, and it won't get the metal super crazy hot, so that I could take it off and enjoy sitting outside for once. The cloth made me think of my steamer. And I don't know why that made me like just think of that. I have a clothing steamer that I got off of Amazon, and it is one of those things that you didn't realize you needed until you had it. I don't own an iron anymore. It was just one of those things that we decluttered because we didn't find ourselves using it. But then we realized we kind of needed something to help get rid of the wrinkles. And this is where my little handheld steamer came into play. Definitely don't use it when it's on your body. We unfortunately have made that mistake. I'm sorry, Logan. Definitely do it when it's on a hanger, because it is really hot steam. And it works really well. The last more lifestyle item I'm going to share with you is this 2-tiered tray that we got off of Amazon. It's definitely more on the pricey side, and I wanted to keep looking and finding something a bit more frugal, but once I showed it to Logan, he's like, no, I love it. It goes with the aesthetic. It's exactly what I was looking for. He wanted like a little bread basket area for us to put like our tortillas and open chips and bread and things like that, or like hamburger buns, over in the corner of our countertop and just organize it nicely, rather than how I had it just like piled up on each other. I figured it was worth mentioning just because it is something that we did get off of Amazon. It makes me happy because it just made that area just feel like pulled together, more organized. It seems to be the key, you know, term throughout this video. Everything's got to be nice and organized. Everything feels better when it's nice and organized, right? But that is everything for this episode of Amazon items that bring me joy. I hope you found this helpful, or at the very least entertaining. Let me know if you have Amazon favorites in the comment section down below. Once again, all of the links to everything that I talked about will be down in the description box. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!